let's take a look at the highlights to see how it all unfolded in the final round today. Starting on the 17th green, a par 5, Sarah Schmelzel with a long eagle attempt rolls it in, gets to 14 under. She would finish tied for fourth with third round leader Lucy Lee at 15 under. Defending champion Nasa Hataoka chipping on 17, looking for the eagle, comes up just short, hangs on the lip, taps in for par. Hataoka tied for seventh at 14 under. And it came down to Gaby Lopez and Megan Kang playing in the same group, tied at 16 at under 17. Lopez, the beautiful chip, easy putt for birdie. She moves to 17 under par, but it's Kang with a chance to match her, and a very makeable birdie on 17, takes a left turn, settles for par, but now one back of Lopez, and Lopez finds the bunker to the left of the green, chips out for the nice touch and the one-stroke lead. But knowing Kang had a good chance to birdie on 18 as well, Lopez comes through with the birdie putt to move at 18 under, giving her the clubhouse lead. Lopez at 8 under, round of 63, and Kang delivers her birdie putt, but it doesn't matter. Gaby Lopez is the 2022 Dana Open champ, her third career LPGA title.
Well, today, this week in general has been just very different than any other week on tour. I pretty much reset my whole kind of mental game, spent some time with one of my coaches, Steven, and we had a great time. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So yeah, it's been basically just creating more quiet moments and quiet spaces out there, so I can flow a little bit more. I knew I had to make it because Megan was putting beautifully. She just got in a roll as well and a couple of birdies. So I told myself, well, I'm just gonna try to roll it through here, and if it rolls through here, through this spot, it has a great chance. And I try to be calm all day long, but sometimes the excitement gets me, and I couldn't hold it for the last putt. I mean, honestly, I was very surprised how the year has been, because I have hit it the best I've ever hit it in my life through this year, but I just couldn't connect it. I was struggling sometimes on my driver and sometimes on my putter and sometimes on my iron shots. But I felt that I was hitting it really, really close the last couple months, and I was very, very frustrated that I couldn't connect it. And yeah, this week I've been able to just kind of quiet my mind and make it, one breath at a time, made it connect everything. Sometimes the biggest win is not winning over the field, is winning against yourself and getting out of the way. And to me, it's overcoming those fears, overcoming those battles, those doubts, because sometimes you don't believe in yourself when you're in a hard stretch, right? So I think that's the biggest win, being able to recover myself from 2 injuries I had at the beginning of the year, and that sets you back, and you start doubting even more if you can come back from an injury, if you can come back with more speed and more consistency. So I'll take the win over my fears over any other.
I'm now joined by Claire Batista to help us break down and recap Lopez's day in that final round, finishing strong with 3 straight birdies. How was she able to set herself up to have such a strong finish today?
Well, she started off, I think, 4 birdies out of the first 5 holes. So she started off great and then just kept it going. And she played with Megan Kang, who also had a wonderful round. So I think they just kind of fed off each other.
Lopez mentioned so much about the mental game and having to overcome those 2 injuries. How does, going through and having to focus on the controllables really help her maintain that composure in a day like this where you have weather impacting your game the way it did?
I think when you wake up or the forecast is going to be poor, you have to tell yourself, what, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go out there, deal with it. Because everybody else has to deal with it. And I think if you set your mind to that, which she did, and it sounds like she's been really working on her mental game, which we all know it's like 99% of golf, right? You come out on top.
You mentioned that she played along Megan Kang, and maybe they were able to feed off each other a little bit. Megan mentioned that she's overall happy with her day. We're going to hear from her next.
My front 9 was it was incredible. I was rolling the ball really well on the greens, and Jack and I kind of just stayed out there. We were like, hey, we're we're not in the last group, but we're pretty close, and we're chasing right now, and we just got to kind of give ourselves the best chance at it and give ourselves birdie looks and try to take advantage of it when we can. Definitely, there's always that little bit of disappointment, but I mean, Gaby played an amazing round as well to shoot 8 under. But I mean, between us two, I mean, Carlota still shot, I think, 3 under on her own ball, and like we're just like, we're all having a great round, and it's a final round, it's at stake. But it's definitely a lot of mixed feelings, but I definitely gave myself chances and just going to take some of what I learned from this week and carry on for my career.
You mentioned it a little bit, these two being in that final group, playing alongside one another. How beneficial is it when you have just that positive energy amongst this group, and how are they able to feed off one another throughout the final round?
Well, I think it seems like they're pretty good friends, so that always helps. And then you start seeing, putts go in, and it just snowballs. In the reverse effect, I was following the lead group for a while with Lexi and Lucy Lee, and no one could get any putts to fall. So they were kind of stagnant while, probably 5-6 groups ahead of them were shooting, 7 to 8 under par.
How does a performance like today help Kang moving forward after this?
Well, I would think it's a big shot in the arm. I mean, really, she pretty much won the tournament, except one girl shot a little bit better. I mean, 8 under. It's not like she went out and lost the tournament. She came from, I think she was 10 under coming into the day and finished 16 under. So I'm sure nothing but positive will come out of today.